Hello and welcome back once again. I'm Cyrus. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done that already and click on the notification bell for more of my videos. Let's start off like this. I am a black man who's super proud of his race. I love who I am and where I come from. There's absolutely nothing I will change about my origin, irrespective of its challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a black African and that's how it's supposed to be. Now, having said all of that, let's get into the meat of today's video. There is the need to be true to yourself at some point in your life, ladies and gentlemen. Many black Africans haven't been true to ourselves in a very long time. Watch this. The world has seen tremendous levels of development in the last 50 years, more than in any generation ever since the beginning of time. This era has been the easiest man has ever had it in terms of global technological advancement and in connectivity and all of that. And it's all happening in our lifetime and in our own eyes. And yet, I ask myself, what's the black man of Africa contributing to this whole evolution? What role has the black man played, the black man of Africa played since the 50s in the global marketplace in terms of adding to what's shaping the world? Ladies and gentlemen, for more than 500 years, our lands have been the source of many raw materials to the world, which they have used to develop. Raw materials which we didn't place there. We have supplied the world our raw materials through barter trades and exportation for the advancement of other continents and countries. But we, the African, we, the black people, forgot to use it for ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, we have become more of consumers than producers. Do you know that if the white man hadn't shown up, our resources, ladies and gentlemen, we wouldn't know what to do with it even till today? This is an argument I want to bring to your table because we sit on it right now. We do nothing with it in spite of all the technological advancement that has been added to it in some part of the world. We still sit on it and do nothing with it. Today, if the white man doesn't buy our raw materials, what would we do with them? I'm asking you, because obviously we don't have the industries to take them. Our bauxite, the manganese, the gold, the cobalt, and the rest. What do we do with them if the white man doesn't buy them? In fact, go back in history and search. Before the white man came around and traded for those things, what were our forefathers using them for? I don't know about other countries in Africa, but I'll share the narrative we are told in ancient Gold Coast. I'm talking about Ghana, even before it was named Gold Coast. What were our forefathers doing with the precious stones? We are told of 3 different ways our forefathers used our precious minerals like diamond and gold. One was to adorn themselves if they were chiefs or tribal leaders for ceremonial purposes, and that was it. The second was to keep them in pots in trust of their idols forever, even though there was poverty in the house. Something which is still practiced today. And thirdly, to kill birds. Yes, to hunt birds with diamonds and gold. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the narrative. And it will blow your mind if you start asking questions in your own country in Africa what these precious stones were used for before these same colonizers arrived. Today, we have many local African gold miners and dealers all over the continent who own gold nuggets and diamonds, who constantly look for buyers on the internet because we don't know what to do with them. They don't know what to do with them. There are no industries for them, no value addition, nothing. We don't manufacture conductors, electrical appliances, mobile telecommunication devices, nothing, computers or televisions. So what do we do with them? So we are taught in schools that our lands are full of this and that mineral, but we have no idea what to make of them because we don't have the industries that makes something out of them. So I sincerely want to ask you, you black Africans and myself, what has been our contribution in the last 50 to 100 years towards global development? Let's take it industry by industry and see where we Africans stand. For instance, in medicine, what have we contributed? In science, in scientific discoveries, where are we? In terms of engineering and in building monumental edifices, where are we? Where are we when it comes to education? Or okay, how about agriculture? We that own more than 60% of the world's arable lands, we cannot even feed our own selves. We cannot clothe ourselves and cannot depend on ourselves for anything. What are we talking about? Let's move to sports, where physically we are stronger than most of these other races, from football to volleyball, basketball, and the rest. Where are we? We are not relevant unless in marathons, where the superior DNA of our brothers and sisters in the Eastern Africa puts us on the map. Ladies and gentlemen, the best Africans you see doing exploit on the global stage are those who found themselves overseas in the West at some point. They are sometimes born here in Africa or to African parents, but were educated and lived in the West to take advantage of their system. Imagine, can you imagine if Elon Musk never relocated to America? What would he be doing? What would be his ceiling in Africa? Or imagine if he was born a black man in Africa. I promise you, he will probably be a civil or electrical engineer in some small company. Just name one black African and check their records. They almost all the time become what they are in the West, unless they were politically supported to grow in Africa. So I still want to know what our contributions have been in terms of development in the world today. We were once used as slaves to build other nations, but that's only because our story is the most recent. All other tribes were once slaves to some race at some point, which is historic. So we have to move forward, ladies and gentlemen, and leave that mentality behind. We have to build our own countries, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, all we are doing is giving out our resources to the world for nearly nothing. These resources won't last forever. We must move beyond the comfort of living in other people's lands. We have to return to build our own. All we do now is take and consume. That shouldn't be our description. We need to provide added value to the global supply chain, ladies and gentlemen. When others see us in their countries, all they see is problems and beggars. They see people with strange diseases. They treat us like nothing. Our passports, our country passports, are irrelevant in their eyes. Our governments don't exert any authority outside of our countries. Our currencies are next to nothing. It is worthless. It's like we are a non-entity. Not a single African currency means anything outside of their country. That's a problem, ladies and gentlemen. We have to build research institutions that standardizes our products and services. We cannot depend on foreign bodies for accreditations and approvals. That must stop. We must put value on ourselves. We need to start producing our own goods and services and buy from ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, we need inventors and fabricators to lead. We have to be relevant on the global stage. It cannot be that we only matter when it comes to sex and entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, what is Africa's contribution to the world's development in the last 60 years? I repeat, I want you to re-educate me if my stance are wrong. Let's talk about this. Talk about it in the comment section. Be kind to let us know your comments in that section. Thanks for your time, and click on the subscription button for more of my videos. God bless Africa, and it's bye-bye for now.